enforcement is very important to the community because they will oversee the cruelty calls that we receive. We receive a lot of calls about animals being left out in the cold, and of course hoarding situations that they all take care of.
Animal cruelty not only relates to the welfare of animals, but in some ways also relates to public safety. So doing what we can to address the violence that is going on in our communities every day is very important. And of course, protecting the welfare of animals, being their advocate, and using the laws and tools that we have to raise the level of care for animals in our communities.
Cammie is really near and dear to my heart. An anonymous citizen called with concerns about her feet. He said he didn't know much about horses, but he noticed something was wrong and he couldn't stand not letting someone know about it. So after the phone call happened, we went out, took a look at her, couldn't get in touch with an owner right away, but immediately noticed her feet were incredibly overgrown to the point where they were actually curling up at the ends.
Okay, it's recording. Go ahead.
She seemed unable to walk or unwilling to walk, so I immediately left the scene, went straight back to the office and started writing a search warrant in order to get her out of that environment and get her the care she needed.
What was kind of shocking about that case was the effort that Cammie put forward to try to get on the trailer. She literally could not walk like a normal horse. She had to take her two front feet and try to jump, but she exerted herself a lot to jump on that trailer, and she was obviously very happy to get out of there. The biggest step in her road to recovery was chopping off, I believe it was about 12 inches of hoof on one side and about 11 inches of hoof on the other side. The best indicator for us that she was getting healthy is she actually laid down. And after she realized she could get down on the ground and get back up under her own power, that's what she wanted to do, was to get on the ground and roll around and be a horse. Weeks after that, we fed her and cared for her every day, eventually was able to get her hooves back to where they were somewhat normal. And even though she was a little bit older, she just had a real zest for life, and she was the sweetest horse and really the sweetest soul you could ever possibly imagine. And fortunately, one day, one of our partners offered to provide her with a home, understanding that she probably could never be ridden, but agreed to take her in and provide her with a home, you know, for the rest of her days. From what I hear, she's flourishing.
She tried so hard to help us help her, watching her try to step into the trailer when she could barely bend her legs, and letting us literally pick up her feet to place them in the trailer to help her without any negative behavior. It's gonna bring a tear to my eye. I just would, I'd like to tell her that I love her and I'm glad she's out of the place she was in.
We got a call on the 18th of January and received some very disturbing news that an individual had tortured and ultimately killed a 12 to 16-week-old kitten. Fortunately, we were able to rescue a second kitten by the name of Stewie out of that situation.
I'm able to see firsthand with our foster care program just how much goes into the care of these medical cases like Stewie. So it's very important to be able to help animals in the future, like Stewie, to be able to help animals and care for so many of them that need medical attention. I don't think that our community fully understands how much we do for these animals. I don't think they know that we work with rescues in town, we work with other veterinarians in town, and we do everything that we can to help these animals when it comes to their care.
The amount of dedication and the passion that I see from our staff, that I see from our volunteers, and that I see honestly from our supporters, just their unwavering commitment to our mission and to the work that we do here gives me great hope.
When we go home at the end of the day, what we really care about is the animals and making sure that they get what they need.
Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for helping me get through this difficult time and these challenges, and thank you for taking care of my staff and giving them the courage to face the next situation that we're going to face.
I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't have words adequate to express how much your gift means to me and means to the animals that are in need in our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.